The idea of a cashless society is a hot topic these days. It's an idea which has led to a lot of debate about hacking, AI, trust, and even 666, the mark of the beast, and the end times. Truly, a cashless society was never possible before now with our modern advancements. Or was it? I'm sure most people have a vague idea about feudal society. At school, we often learn about the Middle Ages and how in those days, goods and services would often be paid for by others with other goods and services. But this was not a truly cashless society, and this sort of bartering was mostly only conducted between lower members of society who in some cases had little access to money. In fact, one article I was reading actually explained how sometimes whole regions and societies ended up quote-unquote cashless in the Middle Ages because of shortages in coins and metals like gold and silver. So, feudal society was a kinda cashless society in some instances, but not primarily. Surprisingly, we have to go back further, thousands of years further, to the ancient Egyptians to find a real cashless society. Before the invasion of Alexander the Great in 332 BC and the Greeks' introduction of an economy based on coins, the Egyptians lived in a pretty much cashless society. Like modern people, Egyptians worked to sustain their family and their lifestyle, and also like modern people, many were paid on a monthly basis. One record from Deir el Medina shows that local workers were paid on the 28th of each month. Unlike nowadays, wages were not paid with money, they were paid in produce or in services, and depending on the importance of the job, the wages differed. One high-paying position from the same record shows that they were paid 422.5 litres of grain a month, which was enough for about 15 people for a month, which, with less people, potentially left leftover money for shopping. As well as grain, those working for the king got paid in other essentials like firewood, houses, meat and fish, vegetables, water, and oil. Sometimes workers would also get bonuses during religious holidays, as incentives and for a job well done. Despite not having money, all goods had a relative value, the same as the way money is used today. These values were based on a system of weighing and measuring. Some examples of measurements used in transactions include the following. Car. This was a way of measuring grain. One car equaled about 77 litres of grain. A deben was used to weigh many objects. One deben was equivalent to 91 grams of copper. Kite was used for silver, and one kite equaled 0.6 of a deben. Hin was used for liquids, and one hin was about 1 pint, or about 0.48 litres. And this, in a transaction, was worth 1 deben. Finally, there's medkit, used for bigger amounts of liquid, and this was the same as 50 hin. Now of course this might sound a bit complicated, but to show how this might work, in Deir el Medina, here were the prices of some normal daily items. A simple chair cost 11 deben, a bed was 25 deben, a table was 15, a cow, depending on its size and condition, was anything between 4 and 50 deben, a bull was anything between 95 and 120, and a young servant girl was 410. So, as you can see, cashless society did exist long before the modern trend. But to be honest, of course, it did look very different. What do you think? Will we do a cashless society better than the ancients? And how do you feel about a cashless society? Leave your comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you like this topic and would like to see more, please let us know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please support it with a like. And of course by sharing to sites like Reddit, Facebook and Twitter. If you'd like to support the show in another way, why not consider supporting us on Patreon.